Here in Landover. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Redskins. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Hackenberg on first down. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Daniil Hunter in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Back down in Philly. Here we go. Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone. Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
Second down, Hackenberg. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Play action now. Hackenberg. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Kareem Martin in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Here's Drew Kaiser now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Landry now on the return. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And incomplete to open things up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Back down in Philly. Here we go. 56. Lucky 56.
Allen now to throw again. He'll check it down to Geis, and he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw, it's Allen. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this dig, has got to be priority 1.
To the air, Allen. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. And that's their 2nd charged timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they can put him in a number of different places. In line, H-back, put him in the slot. In this case, they put him out wide. Matchup nightmare. Who are you going to send out to cover him? And he picks up a 1st down with that catch.
And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. And in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this 1st quarter. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal.
Leopard! Leopard!
On the ground, Geis. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
And Elliott puts this one through. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
On second down, here's Hackenberg. Flush to his right. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit! Detroit!
They just do get the play off. Now Hackenberg dancing to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Into the Redskins. Have it, they do. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 1st and 10 following the fumble recovery. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Hackenberg now to throw on first. Got an open man. It's Radley. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. second down. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third and long for Hackenberg. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, here's Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sutton. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Allen looks to throw on second down. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A really nice gain on the completion. However, still third and goal that they face now. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. They come out here in the eye. On third and short to give to the tight end. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. Mike Gesicki taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. And on the ground they go with a running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
On third down, Hackenberg. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about this? Fourth and long, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Watching that Barney. Barney. Watching that Barney. Barney.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Hackenberg being chased out left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Lucky 56.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Cortland Sutton, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field now come the Bears. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. A second down throw for Hackenberg. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing, Hackenberg. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
And they'll run it here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
First down, Hackenberg. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now Allen throwing on second down. His throw incomplete.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Throwing is Allen on third. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The 13 yards that time and a first.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now Allen to throw on second down. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Allen. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And this is good for a first down. His second grab of this NFC Championship bout. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Run. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on second down. Allen. It's complete. Javon Wims, the open man. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
Allen looking to throw on 2nd down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
But I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot, excellent coverage, didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Allen now looks to throw. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 39. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
3-19. Watch him now, Barney. Detroit. All right, now, Lucky 56.
Hackenberg on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Gun.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He finds an opening pass, and I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
On 1st and 10, Hackenberg. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead. Santos with the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, it's Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's second down. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Detroit!
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Gun!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Looking left side. That's caught by Landry. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
Allen now on 1st down. We'll check it down to Geis. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Gun!
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Following the interception, here's Hackenberg. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The former Clemson Tiger, Sharon Peak, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
They just do get the play off. Now Hackenberg buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Hackenberg from the gun on 3rd. And he comes back with one complete. He's still touchdown, Chicago. Damian Ratley, 65 yards. And the Bears draw a bit closer. Santos now to add the PAT. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. The Redskins offense now. They head back onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw, and that'll be incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sutton. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Andrews. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it here. This is James White. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Allen going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Throw left side complete. It's Andrews. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
operating from the red zone now. Allen, quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. A carry here for the big tight end. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. Third and goal. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Mike Gesicki, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is not going to be able to break free as they wrap him up right at the line of scrimmage. And the try for 2 is going to come up empty. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things up.
Let's go. Green 30.
A first down throw for Hackenberg. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Hackenberg now to throw on first. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Hackenberg now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. From the gun, it's Hackenberg. Escaping the pressure right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Josh Jackson. He's got daylight. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Throwing again, Hackenberg on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Play action now. Hackenberg. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 2nd down, Hackenberg again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. One last shot here for Hackenberg. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.